So I was doing a little bit of research, a little bit of homework on some, Second Awakening B5 teams for the Griffon. Um, and Foxy SW, of course, is a pretty solid guy. Makes a lot of good teams. He's got a Summoners War hat. I don't. Um, but the thing is, I'm here with peasant runes like most people. So when you get these teams showcased, like those are pretty good stats, right? Those are better than any runes I have on anything. Here's a friend. It only has plus 189 speed, so I'm gonna criticize this friend and say it should have plus 200 speed, at least. Especially on Swift. I mean, what are you doing? Like, what are you even farming? Do you even farm, bro? So I think that is obviously something to consider. Like, I mean, this team looks pretty good, right? It's like killing stuff. And if you have those runes, then build this team. For everybody else, my recommendation is to instead do the oh my god, I should change my banner to be like the theme of the day. So here we're going to be doing ghetto slash hood Second Awakening Griffon teams that are free to play. Okay, so first team we're going to go with is, and I'm going to show you both the runes so you understand what level of peasantry we're dealing with here. Okay, and I think most people can make this. So here's my Verde. He's got 18,541 health or something like that. 441 health, whatever. Point is, it's not a lot. He's on speed, crit rate, attack, with runes that are very attainable. Obtainable, I should say, not attainable. Plus 68 speed, 100% crit rate, obvi. Now we're going to go with Bella. He has just enough accuracy to do his job. Plus 86 speed. These runes are, again, super, super normal. What? So there's plus 40 defense on that rune. That's pretty cool. I didn't know I owned that. I feel like I should know more. Like, I feel like this rune, like, I should have a picture of this above my bed or something. It should be like this, like the background of my phone or something. Anyway, so then we have Raoq. I've been like complaining about his runes in every video. Like, obviously I need to fix this. The point is, I mean, he's on terrible, like really just bad runes. Okay. And then Spectra, who's plus 100. So he's 89 slower rune speed than the Fran we just saw. So this is going to be our first free-to-play friendly B4 team for Griffons. And when I do free-to-play friendly teams on any of the Second Awakening stuff, which I should go back and do all the other ones, I don't consider it free-to-play. Like, it doesn't... I won't do it if it can't do minute or sub-minute runs. Because at that point, it's not... Like... If you can't do it in a minute, you probably just want to drop down to a lower level. To be honest, I probably should even just farm B3 at like 20 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever, rather than farm B4. I just have to do the math on what's most efficient. I don't know if it's linear or exponential in terms of like the experience reward. So that would determine a lot of that like decision. Yeah, English. It's a thing. All right. There we go. Okay, so now we're on the boss. We landed the defense break, of course. Thank you, Bella. You did your job. My biggest concern here is Raoq dying right now. I don't know if that defense break's gonna... Okay, it's not relevant then. Never mind. But that would have been my concern right there, is if he dies. Oh, and you know, I should have even thought about this, right? So of course the boss is going to go for Bella because it's dark and the Bella's light. So actually that does kind of protect Raoq, who is the squishiest one. So if you already have a tanky Bella, which most people do, then this team actually is like kind of automatically going to be a little bit safer for you to run. So that was a minute 30. So rather than make another team or like say anything about this team, we're just going to raise the bar on what I'm saying for free to play teams. So if this can do it in a minute 31 and 69 seconds or less, then I think it qualifies as a good free to play team. All right, so next team is going to be Lauren and Raoq instead of Bella and Raoq. So there's not a huge difference here, which makes me kind of question whether or not it's worth showcasing. But some people have Bella and some people have Lauren, but not everybody has both. So I think that that's important to be able to see that you can do both here. And I'm going to just quickly, as we're doing the video, show the pros and cons, right? So first off, I had to make Lauren tankier because she was dying a lot. So if you have a Lauren that's set up for damage, then that's going to be a problem. She should be faster. She's definitely not as fast as she needs to be to perform well. The benefit here is she's going to have more attack bar pushback than Bella is going to. The downside is that her skill 3 obviously doesn't give everybody a 30% attack bar boost. So I would say she's still probably a little bit behind in the whole like turn cycling / like pushback department. I think where she makes up for it is she does have more, like her damage output is higher. She does put the slow on, which you don't really need with Spectra, but she does it. She strips pretty consistently with her skill 2. So that's nice. So both Bella and she like will strip. The benefit is when she strips, she's also really dealing like actual damage. So that's pretty good. Otherwise, I mean, if you watch on the boss stage, it's not a huge difference. And of course, the biggest negative then with Lauren is going to be the fact that I believe the boss is going to target her rather than target anybody else on my team, which means she's more at risk of dying. It looks like, honestly, she is keeping the attack bar on the boss way more controlled than Bella did. So this team might actually be safer than Bella. I think this team could be safer than Bella. All right, so it's a minute 39. I'm not going to be a scumbag and adjust my parameters again. But that team, that team will get the job done. So I know that those teams are both pretty consistently capable of doing it. Now what we're going to do, so in my other video, I show that basically Verde and then Water Twins gives you like a consistent sub-minute run, which is pretty solid. Just for kicks, I'm going to try running Crow. Let me try running Crow and... Do we want to try Crow and Lauren maybe? Let's try Crow and Lauren. I think that's worth a shot. And then the next team I'm going to try is going to be a double Lucian something team. I'm not exactly sure what, but it's definitely going to be Lucians. It may actually just be single Lucian, not double Lucian. So that was Scar. I think like between his team up and his Scar, he's going to just nuke Dark Griffon so much. He is pretty squishy, and the negative on this team comp is that Lauren is going to take the full brunt of the boss. So I'm definitely concerned about that. That's the biggest concern with this team. I didn't bother throwing Fran into a team. I probably should. I don't know if I would want to replace Fran or Raoq. I'm sorry, Lauren or Raoq with Fran. I don't think you want to replace Verde just because Verde. I'd rather just say Verde. I don't care if it's wrong. I'm gonna say Verde. Or Verde. My red green vampire. Okay. So we did just use Scar. We didn't get mad damage off of that. Team up didn't really do much. Lauren is pretty close to dying, but again, I think that she's going to keep that boss from ever getting a turn. So it's just a matter of, are the towers going to kill her or not? That was a really underwhelming scar. But okay, so I mean, there's a pretty common theme here, right? Between Spectra, Verde, and Lauren, like those three will allow you to run pretty much anything else in that third slot. In fact, now we're going to try throwing a Lucian in there. We're going to do fast Lucian instead of slow Lucian. And we're not going to do Lucian lead. Yeah. So basically the takeaway from this video, it's what, we're 10 minutes in. So if you want to stop now, the takeaway is that Lauren, Verde, and Spectra is a pretty solid core that will get you what you need in terms of attack bar control on the boss, and then whatever you want to throw in that flex spot. You could put Fran in there, you could put any support unit in there, throw a nuker in there like Lucian, which I think this works out pretty nicely. That's a flex spot. Raoq obviously was pretty cool in there. Bella would be very solid in there. Bella would really, you know, if you have poor runes, I would run Bella. If you have better runes, I'd run Raoq. Because the Bella is going to give you just that much more stability. And, you know, it's going to give you some increased turn cycling as well. So I think you'd just be nuts if you have lower rune quality to do anything with a Lucian on it. Because, again, on the boss, Lucian's pretty much worthless. You know, he's not taking out the towers. He does decent damage to the boss, but nothing spectacular. And looking at the attack bar right now, it looks like, yeah, it's just consistently staying down. So this is what I would recommend as a core free-to-play team for definitely under 2-minute runs and hopefully closer to a minute 30. I'm actually going to, I don't know. All right, a minute 17. So, I mean, so Lucian was worth running on. Like, he was worth using to clear the trash waves. I mean, and that's always the case, right? I mean, Lucian's always good at clearing trash. We're going to try my, like, I don't want to say fat Lucian because he's not that chunky, but, like, he's definitely, he deals more damage. So let's try him now. So fast Lucian versus fat Lucian. And let's see how that goes. The fact that he can wipe the waves may end up actually making this better. I know I said that he can wipe the wave. Obviously, I was wrong. Whatever. Not a big deal. But I'm curious to see how much of a difference it makes. At this rate, I don't think it's going to make a difference. Yeah, I don't see this. I don't see this making a difference. I'd almost say that it's actually worse. Because he didn't move before everything else. So it slowed it down on the first wave and he didn't clear it. So, and we didn't land a defense break, which is not Lucian's fault. We can't blame Lucian for that. We have to blame Lauren. Thanks, Lauren. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, so basically my, like, I don't want to say theory, but, or hypothesis, but my observation that the Spectra, Lauren, and Verde core will control the boss's attack bar adequately is pretty much, that's pretty much been proven at this point. So yeah, you have a flex slot then. And do I think a fat Lucian is better than a slow one, fast one? It looks like that's probably not quite the case. Obviously, a sample size of 1 for both runs is not how you would want to do it. Is there anybody else that might be good to throw in here now while I'm thinking about it? If you really wanted to be safe but still have some damage, Hua, of course, you could throw her in there. If you have a better Hua than mine, which I hope you do. I'm gonna try Lin. Let's try Lin. I'm curious. Her runes are not good. So I doubt that you're gonna see much value from her, especially with like Phantom Crush. It's not gonna have. It's not gonna be that heavy hitter that it would need to be to really maximize value. I think Crow is probably still better than Lin in this scenario. The good thing is, of course, that Lauren will always move before Lin, which means most of the time there's going to be a defense break and allow Lin to kill things. So that only hit for 20k, whereas Crow's Scar hit for 43 on the trash, but it does scale with HP. I don't think it scales with HP, does it? Oh, no, sorry, let me rephrase that. Crow scales with debuffs, but Lin scales with HP, so she's not going to do as much on the smaller mobs. So that's not like a fair comparison yet. It looks like Lin might get focused more than Lauren, which is not great because she's our primary damage dealer, quote unquote. So that was 19k. All right, we should be able to get out of this and keep Lin alive, moving into the boss stage. All right, let's see how this goes then. Good, we landed the defense break, Phantom Crush. All right, so Phantom Crush did okay damage, but it wasn't spectacular. Was it enough damage for me to say that you should bring Lin? No, not unless your Lin is really well ruined. I think Crow is probably still a better nuker. If nothing else, then because he adds a brand and defense break debuff, whereas Lin provides no debuffs, has okay damage. I think, honestly, Lucian's amputation magic did more damage than the Phantom Crush there. And again, it's because Lin's runes are bad, right? So this isn't really necessarily fair comparison. Was it bad with Lin? No, it wasn't bad. Okay, it was bad. That was a minute 50, so that was bad. All right, don't run Lin. Don't run Lin. Yeah. So those are the free-to-play, free-to-play friendly teams. If you really, really want, like, you could run a TOA hard team, and that's fine. But I think as long as you just keep your core of these three, you can throw pretty much anything in there. Like, we're gonna do a couple more runs. At this point, obviously, you understand the point of the video, so stick around for curiosity's sake and nothing else. I want to try Hua. I want to try, what's it called? I can't, I'm drawing a blank. I want to try Shige just because I love him. He's awesome. And then I'm going to try some like mad derpy stuff like Wind Drunken Master, Jamie, like I'm going to start doing all those things. So Hua's damage is actually pretty good right now. It is. I do need to make my Hua better, I know that. But I don't know. I really haven't been using Hua as much. Like even on like R5 teams, not really using Hua that much. I don't think she gets used on any of my Rift Beast. Nah, she doesn't get used on any of my Rift Beast teams. So the only place I really use her now is PvP. I do Gemini, Hua, Orion with Gemini lead. And I mean that's a great team. It's a really great team. But yeah, other than that, I don't see like a place on dungeon teams for her. I don't think I even use her on any of my speed teams anymore. It's either twins or Lucians. So she's not useless. She's a good unit. If you have her, build her. Unless you're obviously late game, at which point you're gonna know you don't need her. Like if you're struggling, build her. She will make a difference for like your GB10 runs and probably your DB10 runs. So Lauren got real close to dying on this one. I think we're gonna lose her on the next tower attack. So, but Hua's stacking continuous damage effects too, actually. So if Lauren dies, Griffon's gonna probably get a turn and then just die. So that was almost 2 minutes, so Hua was not a good choice. Again, this is all sample size of 1. So for me to make, conclusive statements and for you to take those as law would be just like ridiculous. So don't, obviously take it with a grain of salt. I already tried Garrow. I'm not big on him. he doesn't have enough damage anymore. I switched him to be more tanky. Attack, crit damage, HP. So I don't think he's gonna bring that much value to the team. We're gonna do him just because he's fun. Like if you haven't seen him used before, I use him in PvP, like kind of a lot. This guy's hilarious. Like his kit is so like his kit's pretty good, and like he'll just out of the blue have like bonkers damage. I actually used him for a while. I swapped between him and one of my damage dealers on my Water Rift Beast team, and his Phoenix kick when the boss's defense broken would consistently hit for like 400k. Like I never thought of using him in Rift Beast. I never thought of really using him anywhere. He's such like he's so strange. But honestly, like Wind Drunken Master, if you like to build like weird non-meta units, like he's playable. And he's got a pretty fun kit. Like watch this. Okay, that wasn't like I mean no, like he took out a pretty big chunk of health on that unit without defense break. Like that wasn't actually that much of a joke. He brings nice sustain to your team. So let's see. I mean that was decent damage right there. Let's see how much his Phoenix kick does on the boss, I wonder. I mean he's chipping away. I mean he's chipping away. Like he is definitely chipping away at this boss. Like it's fine. Like he has reasonable damage. Phoenix kick wasn't very impressive right there, so whatever. But yeah, I mean, so if you have a Wind Drunken Master laying around and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this unit. And just to clarify, if you have one that's 6-star already, and you're like, oh, I don't know where to use this. Why did I 6-star this? Well, here's where you can use it. Okay, you're welcome. So I love Jamie in a very normal way. Um, it's so much fun to watch his skill 2 just pop off. Um, it's just like some straight like. Never mind. Actually, it's sick though. It's really cool. Hopefully we get to see that on the boss. Okay, I have to mute this and take this call. Okay, I'm finishing up these runs. That's like
Unbelievable.
that's definitely enough runs. Anyway, so I think you get the
Yeah,
gist
you're
of it.
right. That's
You
not a
definitely
bad
get the gist of
idea.
it. Um,
I'll do some research.
yeah. So good luck, guys.